Still spinning while you're waiting because I'm waiting for you to start the meeting.
Okay, so we're recording. So Kim Carl still.
We'll just give it a few more minutes and let folks sign in here.
How you doing, Rod? Can you not hear me?
Hi, Rod.
Hi, how are you?
All right, we want to make sure John said hi and he didn't know if you heard him. So,
I didn't know who it was because I didn't have a video on him.
all right.
How you doing, Rod?
I'm doing great.
Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. Not very many. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like we got 6 or 7. Start about 6:05, huh?
Sure.
Give him 5 minutes. Here's Troy.
Wow.
Yep. I'll keep a close eye on. Are you catching them all?
I'm just checking off who.
Joel
Looks
Manning.
like the DMC6. I don't know who that is though.
I don't either.
Or iPad 3.
Can we tell who DM6 is on the group?
I don't know if that's me. It's Brock.
Okay, gotcha.
I changed the name. I don't know why it went to that.
How about iPad in 3? Anybody? And I got an M on here too.
Hey, Jeff, I'm Mark Beckman.
All right, Ms. Beckman, thank you.
Sure.
We don't know who the iPad 3 is.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Assion.
Anthony.
Yep. Okay. Let's go ahead and go since we're.
Yeah, I'd say we should start.
Yep. All right, Mark.
All right. Well, welcome everyone who's on the call, and I know others will watch this later on the recording, but we're excited to go through this tonight. You know, it's through the 5th year of our current fleet of carts, and as we have in the past, we typically have gotten a new lease and a new fleet after 5 years, even though we've got 1 more year on the lease, and it works out economically for us. So, you know, this year we're looking at, we're going to be adding some technology to the carts through the Visage system, which will, you know, we believe is going to enhance our member experience and really, you know, we're using technology throughout the club more extensively now when we're in the clubhouse, and it's going to allow us to, you know, elevate our experience to what we believe Bishop should have. And in addition to, you know, having, being able to see yardages to everything, bunkers and the like, water, how far you have to hit it over the water on 17 so it doesn't end up in there. I know that'll help me. But, you know, we're going to also have, there's also some part of the system to protect our asset, number one asset in the golf course. So, you know, when we, as an example, have too much rain and we're rough only or cart path only, that we'll be able to restrict the carts from going on the fairway when we want it, and you know, help us with member play, but also when we have outings as well. So we're excited about adding that technology. So with that, I'll turn it over to John, and he'll go through the details. He's become an expert on this whole process. So thanks.
Thank you, Mark. We're gonna cycle through some slides for everyone to see. Jeff, did you want me to take this, or did you want to do this?
Nope.
So,
Everybody can hear John all right, correct?
Yes.
welcome everyone. So for 2021, we're moving to 2 options for golf cars. We have the option of the Club Car Tempo, which is in this slide you can see, or the Club Car Onward model. So the Onward model is the model that the communities of Bishop's Bay members have already been using. So those carts will be the 2 models that will be available to you, to everyone on this call. So a little bit about the differences between the 2 carts. The Tempo model will come with standard hubcaps. You can upgrade and have aluminum wheels put on it, but the general look of the carts are as the slide is shown there. They're going to be similar to what we've had now, with 2 sand bottles, club scrubber, ball washer, the canopy top, the club protector on the back, essentially 2 USB ports, and then we're going to have the technology. So, and as in the past, there'll be the optional accessories that you can purchase. So you'd have access to the cooler, an enclosure, you know, nicer seat covers, the storage net, or you can get the premium seats as an additional cost. You can have speakers added, side-mounted mirrors, and so you'll have the options to fill out what you want additional. On the left side, you can see with the Tempo cart, those are all the things that will be included with the standard cart. So that's pretty much similar. Your name will all be on the side as in the past, and there's going to be a logo on the front of the cowl instead of, we had it on that nameplate across the front. It said Bishop's Bay CC. Now we'll have our logo on the front of the cart. So that's going to be the 2 options for the carts. They're going to be, you know, continue to go with the hunter green color, which we think looks great, plus our existing Onward carts that the residents of the community's neighborhood already have. So these will all match up really nice and be great carts for us for the next term.
Hey, John, this is Brock. Are we gonna go, I saw like in the picture on the Onwards, we have a black top versus a tan top. What is our options in that?
Well, so the likely at this point, Brock, because the communities carts have had the beige top, we'd like them to all be the same, because we don't think it's the best look to have, you know, half and half black, half beige. So at the moment, we'd like to have them be the same. So they'd be a beige top with the beige canopy back, like in that picture of the Tempo cart.
My only recommendation would be on that is, now that we have, black covers on all those carts though. So that's the only thing I would say is a little different, you know, from that standpoint. So that's the only thing I would say could be, you know, maybe something to discuss, just because when you look at, I don't know how many home carts there are on the other side that you might want to look at it, just because if you're looking at the fleet, overall. I don't know what that cost basis is.
There's 23 right now that would have that beige top. So, I mean, we could have those stay as that, and all our new stuff, all, whatever our fleet and whatever residents like where you live, Brock, we could have black. So that's not determined yet, and we'll sort through that. But I appreciate the comment.
Okay.
So let me explain a little more about the Visage system for everyone, and how it's going to, enhance our experience, which we think, those of you who've played other clubs across the country, I've been fortunate enough to get to go play Desert Mountain. I also get to play down at my father-in-law's club in Florida, and both those places have this system. So I think a lot of you have experienced the Visage system and seen how cool it is. So I want to kind of go through the bullet points here. Obviously, it's easy to use and gain information. With the golfer experience, you're going to have yardages to the pin. We're going to have the food and beverage pre-ordering option. So when you're on the fourth hole, you're going to be able to select food items that will ping into the Billy Mac's snack house there and snack shack, and the staff member there will then be able to have your order ready, so you don't have to have extra time needed to do that. When you get there, you can have it all ready for you. We're going to have pace of play monitoring. In addition to that, we think having the golfer experience is going to enhance pace of play, because now you don't have to have that 30 to 40 second process necessarily to get out of the cart, shoot the yardage, then determine what club you want to hit. You're going to just be able to see it right away. So once that happens through the course of your round, that's going to speed up play. We have the cart control that's going to do a better job being able to help us protect the golf course and scatter the cart traffic better. Another cool feature is going to be tee shot distance with the golfer experience. Also safety action zones. Everybody in this group call knows of the incidences we've had on the golf course in certain spots, especially the tunnel, the hills. So, on 7, we're going to be able to create action zones with these carts, and all the carts will now be able to go a reasonable speed in those areas, which we're going to work out obviously with the Visage company and have their recommendations. So what they'll do is they're going to be here for a few days. Mark Bates is the person who travels the world with this company doing this. So he's going to drive the property and then set it up with us on where he thinks and recommends things to be set and what types of things for settings. So another point, dynamic distances. So for example, you want to see how far it is to hit to your approach spot on the fourth hole that you like. So you're able to select it on the screen, and it's going to tell you, for example, 180 yards. So you'll know what club to hit to get you in that spot. And then with a golfer experience, you're going to have the ability to do an electronic scorecard, and it'll email you your score once you're done with the round. So it's technology that matches up with, like Mark had said, with things we're doing at the club in other areas, and it's a really cool feature to have on the cards. So this next slide, the Visage system and how it'll enhance your member experience on the Onward or owned temple. For those of you who have the speakers already, they're going to do a swap out. So some of you folks who got the speakers installed on your Onward cart, you will be able to get that swapped out with this Consumer Connect.
You have a trade-in.
It'll be a trade-in, right? So they're going to work that out. The Consumer Connect version, and so there's 2 models which I can help sort through with you folks. When you want to talk to me personally about it, it might be easier, but we're essentially going to have access to the Temple Connect or the Consumer Connect, and it kind of depends on what route you go, whether you decide to purchase the cart or if you decide to lease the cart. So it's a lot to kind of sort through over this Zoom, and it's probably going to be, the slides help explain it, but some of this, I understand you're going to want to call or email me in the golf shop, which I'm happy to talk to you about. But the model that's being shown on this slide is the Consumer Connect model. And visually, it's really the same as the Tempo Connect, but the Consumer Connect model, as you see here, gives you speedometer readout, battery gauge, an odometer, and then whether you're in forward or reverse. And then that one comes with the speakers. So that includes Bluetooth speakers on each side.
And this is the only option for the onward
Correct.
component.
Yeah. So if you decide to purchase an onward cart, this is what you will get with that.
And this particular module, this one comes with golfer experience. So we'll talk more about that when we get to the pricing, which a little bit later in the presentation. So,
right.
So we got a brief video here, just talking a little bit about the Visage system to expand just a little bit more.
Jeff, are you hearing the audio? Because I'm not.
You're not hearing the audio?
No. Is anybody else? I don't know if there's or.
No.
Boy. Guess I'm not the Zoom guru.
If I turn on my mic, it's probably going to do that.
Oh, it
It's
would.
feedback,
It
right?
would. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can figure this out. Share computers. Let's try that.
Trip or whatever, this is the easiest one I've ever used.
I mean, I love
Can
it.
you hear it?
Greatest system I've ever seen.
Flyover is real good for visitors, you know, because they get to see where the water is or where the hazard is.
Oh, the flyover feature is pretty cool. Yeah. I like that. I like everything about it.
Golfers love it. It probably gives 2 to 3 strokes to the golfer generally in a round of golf, simply because of the information that they're able to obtain from the onboard Visage system.
It allows us to show exact yardage to the hole, which is something that most GPS systems are more based on center of the green yardage. So we can tell our people, precisely what we're looking at from a yardage standpoint.
I mean, I played with another golf course last week that didn't have it, and I was lost, and because not everybody has a rangefinder, and a rangefinder, how accurate. These things are very, very accurate.
It's great to get your front and backyards, especially with these greens. They're so undulated, and it really helps you, pick a club. And it speeds up play, and we always need to speed up play. So I think it's great.
And it lets us know that we're 8 or 10 minutes behind schedule.
In the golf shop, we can look on our Visage Control Center and see where all the golf carts are. If someone's behind pace, it lights up yellow or red, depending on how far behind pace they are. And also, when we're out driving around on the golf course, we have the ability to turn our staff carts into marshal carts, where we can see where all the golfers are out on the golf course.
With the marshal mode on Visage, you're basically, it enables you to eliminate a position or transfer that position to another part of your operation to focus more on customer service. We can look at the screen inside the golf shop, see where there's a traffic jam, send someone out, and have real-time information about what's going on your golf course.
It's a valuable tool to us in many ways. We've used it the most for rain events. Before, it would usually be, okay, cart path only, and we'd end up losing some rounds because of that. And with Visage, we're able to just zone off our holes that are traditionally the wettest holes.
There's probably at least 5 hours a week from a maintenance standpoint that's saved from not having to move ropes, not having to move stakes, not having to go out and change the cart path only signs. You simply do it from the push of a button on a computer keyboard inside the golf shop.
Also from a scheduling standpoint, if you have a busy afternoon, you got to get out there and syringe the greens, you're able to right away look, okay, there's golfers here, let's start over here. And you're able to move your guys around and stay out of the golfer's way, and they're happy and we're happy.
The food option for us has been a great one because it allows them to order food wherever they are on the golf course, and it rings right into the kitchen. We can bring it out to them, so it gives us a chance to allow them to order whatever they want, and then us a chance to give them that personal touch of service, delivering the food to them, or they can pick it up at the turn.
We've increased our on-course food sales by in excess of 35% this year with having Visage. The exact measurements and the three-dimensional flyovers and the way in which you're able to now play the golf course is unlike any other GPS system I've ever had or been around. But the action zones and the safety probably trump all of the others.
It's also, I had an emergency once that my wife had to come out and get me, and there's no cell phone out here basically, and they were able to locate me right on the golf course, come and get me.
Well, I think it's been fabulous because we're within the mountains. We have so many places where it's so steep, and we could have so many accidents, but it controls us. And I think as far as I know, nothing has happened this year as far as any kind of accident. So it's been terrific to slow us down when we're not smart enough to do it ourselves.
We've had praise all year long from not only our members, but from the resort guests that come here. They've never seen it. I wish our golf course at home would do this. This is amazing. How do we go about getting this? The comments just continue to come in based on Visage.
I think Visage could enhance any golf operation. I think it's the future. It's the cutting edge of technology, and it just enhances the whole experience.
If you want to have more than just your run-of-the-mill GPS system, this is the answer.
Okay. All right, we're moving on. And some of those features, obviously, they were talking about like a flyover. There's some of these are additional options. I don't think we're going to have that as a feature, but that's what, we all know the holes, and we have our other video work that's been done with our Greg, who did our videos that you might have seen on the tees. So that we're going to maybe see if we can incorporate those videos into this, but that's down the road a little bit. But anyway, to move on with the slide, residents who currently lease a golf car, going forward, we're still going to offer a lease. So the options are to lease or purchase a new Tempo golf cart, or you will have the option to purchase a new Onward golf cart. So when I say these different models, they're all club car models. It's either a Tempo or the Onward. The Visage system with cart control is going to be required on all carts. So the golfer experience module is optional and has the additional fee. Tempo Cart lease members will order with me as in the past, and you pick your additional options by the end of November. The current options that you guys have on your carts are not going to be transferable. So those of you who've already turned in your cart, and if there's anything on there that you wanted to keep, you're welcome to come by. They haven't been picked up yet, and you could keep those items, but the Premier is not going to switch over that stuff. So if you want to keep your old seat covers and figure out a way to put them on your cart, that's up to you. But they're not going to do any of the switching of old accessories. The Tempo purchase and Onward purchase will work directly with Premier. So if you're purchasing, you're going to work with Darren at Premier, and he'll go through all the details then of the options you want to get. So if you want to lease the cart, you're going to work through me at the club, but any purchases will go direct with Premier.
Okay, so one of the things that, as in your agreement, if you purchased a 2016 golf cart, you know that you have another term that you can utilize your cart. So there were 8 of you who purchased the 2016 cart. So you can go one more fleet cycle. The only thing that you need to do is install a Visage, Tempo Visage system on that cart, which Darren can do through Premier. The cost of that is $9.95 plus tax, and it will retrofit into that cart. So, and you can have golfer experience and all those options right on there. There is a trail fee and a per month component or a per season component that I'll go through with you, but you can still keep your cart. You still have that option. You just need to put on the Visage control system. Other options are to lease a new Tempo golf cart or purchase a new Tempo golf cart, or you can purchase an Onward golf cart if you choose. Any of those options are available to you, whatever you choose you'd like to do. Golfer Experience module, as I said, is an optional fee for each season. And then Tempo purchase or Onward purchase will work directly with Premier Golf. So that's an option if you own the 2016 golf cart.
And those of you, the 8 of you that are on the call, obviously there will be some trade-in value. It's cart by cart based on condition. This is coming from Premier. They were ballparking 1,800 condition based. So just so you're aware, that's kind of what the trade-in value probably is. That's what they initially said. So, but they're going to have to assess the condition and the battery, you know, all that. So that's just kind of ballpark for trade-in. If you don't want to keep that 2016, that's your trade-in potential value.
Okay, so 2021 Tempo pricing. If you want to do the yearly lease, now keep in mind we've done some segregating here. We've segregated the lease away from the trail fee. And the reason is the trail fee differentiates now because it changes with whether or not you have golfer experience in that, whether or not you have other modules you want to include. So we've segregated trail fee away from the annual price of your cart. So we just said, this is the yearly lease price of the cart. So if you want to lease if you currently lease a cart with the club, the yearly lease for the Tempo is $1,560, and then you have a trail fee that would be in addition to that. The $1,560 covers the cart itself, the Visage system, and the cart control. It also includes the service and the winter storage, like you do now. And the golfer experience, if you want that, is an optional module. That's $200 plus tax per season. The trail fee is $875. So that would be a $1,075 trail fee is what it works out to be. If you want to purchase the Tempo and own it outright, it's $97.27. You do that through Darren at Premier plus tax. That would include the Visage system and cart control. The trail fee then would be $875 plus tax. If you had golfer experience as that optional module, it'd be $200. So that'd make your trail fee $1,075 plus tax. And then again, like I said, you'd order that direct through Premier. So the yearly lease component, that's what John would handle. And then the purchase, that's what Darren would handle. So the 2021 resident Onward pricing as the third option, if you were interested in the Onward cart, which I know there's been some that have purchased that who owned or who leased and or owned. The Onward pricing for that model, that the unit that has much of the same similar options as the Tempo, it's not, some of our members have really tripped out those onwards, so they've gotten up there in price. But that purchase price with the Consumer Connect is $10,685 for the Onward unit. That includes Consumer Connect. That's the one with the speakers and the miles per hour and the battery and so forth. But that Consumer Connect comes with Golfer Experience automatically for the life of the car. So your trail fee would automatically be $10.75. So if you are a resident, or if you have a Tempo car today, we would need for you to arrange with Premier to have the Consumer Connect installed on your present Onward car. And then and if you have the Bluetooth speakers, there's a trade-in component that Darren will work with you on and trade that towards the Consumer Connect module. They'll put that on your car. And like I said, you'll have Golfer Experience for the life that you own the car. But your trail fee is the $875 plus the $200 for the cart control. That's why it's $1075. I don't want to confuse anybody, but I just want to explain why trail fees are different. This resident Onward pricing, as I said, similar options as the Tempo. If you have the 4-seater, that price with those similar options is $12,081. And then again, that you would order this option direct through Premier to get this. Now, going back to this Consumer Connect, this is the Onward. This is a message to the Onward folks. The Club Car unit that's out there that you would need to contact Darren at Premier about, this Consumer Connect module, that's $1,200 plus tax for the unit that comes with the lifetime Golfer Experience. So it's a one-time fee. The $1075, of course, is for the season, for the trail fee, and then that includes the cart control component. You can also add cart tracking to it. But the only reason you'd want that would be in case something, if your cart was taken or something, we could track your cart or something like that. But other than that, I can't imagine why anybody would want that module. But you would have every other module that was available. So what happens next? You decide what's best for you. If you currently lease and you want to continue to lease a cart, you just simply contact John and order the desired options you want. Please do this by November 30th so we can get all these things taken care of, because we're in the process right now finalizing these situations, these lease components, and getting our fleet taken care of as well, because we do all this at once. If you're going to purchase carts, obviously you do that direct through Darren, and you can do that at your leisure. No problem there. Purchase carts obviously must be the approved cart, that we're working with through Premier. And of course need a cart agreement. As always, you all know this, and you pay the annual trail fee. Existing Onward customers just need to contact Premier and to install the Consumer Connect. That's basically about it. I've got the information down there. Most of you already know how to get a hold of Darren and have his contact information. So, John, any?
Yeah, so a few things just to follow up on that. The existing Onward members, sounds like the best way to get that Consumer Connect put on your cart. They're going to come through this winter and set up a time to come to your house, and they'll do the install at your home. They'll schedule it just like a repair person would come to your home for some other needs. So they're going to do that at your garage. They'll take care of it there. And so that should be pretty simple and seamless for you folks. And so that's how we're going to handle that. The leased component members, the ones that have been leasing, really nothing's changing. There is termination components again. Like last time, the numbers actually are pretty much the same on the lease termination. So just like in the past, you know, you are going to be, if you do decide to lease, you're going to be committing to the term that the club is doing with our fleet, which is the same. So you would, if you decide to leave after a year or two, for example, there is a lease termination component to that, because obviously, you know, we're going to be signing that cart to be in addition to our 50 in our fleet. So if you left or moved away and that cart is now just sitting here, you know, we don't want to have that to retain that. So that's no different really, other than I think one fee changed $50, but otherwise the numbers were the same as in the past. And I can get you all that, you know, if you wanted to contact me individually, that'll be all part of the user agreement. So that part component is really no different. Other than that, we have a few minutes to open this up.
Are there any questions? Anybody?
Yeah, this is Brock again. Sorry, I feel like I'm asking all the questions. I have two questions for you. First thing, if we do the Onward, is the lithium ion one an option as other people have them on the course?
Absolutely. Lithium is an option as well. That's, I mean, you'd work through Darren on that as well to get the lithium ion. Absolutely.
That'll be on purchase only though, Brock.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I can understand that.
And it's actually allowed on the Tempo also. So
Okay.
folks, if you want to know the big difference between lithium ion and what we have is lead batteries, the lithium ion battery is like a battery in a Tesla. So it basically keeps the performance of the golf car the same. It doesn't start slowing down as the battery gets weaker. So going up the hills, it will go faster up hills. You don't see the slowdown in performance, but it is more expensive on the purchase, and it's no maintenance. You don't have to water the batteries, where on the lead batteries like we have now, there's a maintenance component to that, where every month or 3 weeks or so, you would need to make sure that you come over here and we fill the water in the batteries. So that's up to you guys. Of the existing Onward members, there's several that have them. I could put you in contact with those potentially if you wanted to see what their thoughts were versus, you know, having that as a lithium cart versus the lead battery. But anyone purchasing, whether it's a Tempo cart or the Onward cart, that is an available option to you through Premier to buy that cart with the lithium batteries. So that's your one question, Brock. Did you have another one?
Yeah, one more. Have we looked at as a club naturally, you know, about the trail fees? I know that's something that I know I've expressed in the past, and I know a few other people that have, you know, when you have the Finn cycles, more people are becoming popular with that. Have we looked at that, what that looks like, you know, as far as, you know, because I know the lease is included in the trail fee, but now that we're changing that the trail fee is outside of that, what does that look like? So like I have 2 homeowner carts in a Finn cycle. What does that look like moving forward? Is there a gradual scale down? Naturally, I can't be on all of those at once.
Yeah, well, that's more of a board question, really.
Okay, so I just wanted, that's the only thing when I saw that's something that's new, like outside of that, now going away from it. So I don't need to do it on this call, but that's the only recommendation I'd say, because that's something that's new. You know, if I go to buy my own card on the next one where that was included before, I think it's just something for people to know the difference between the two if they have that. That's the only reason I say that, because I think it's something that's changes from what we have in the past.
We'll certainly bring that up. Bring that up to the board.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Absolutely. Are there any other questions before we adjourn? All right. Well, with that, we appreciate your time, and thank you very much for tuning in. Again, we're going to put this video presentation on our member central page so folks can view it. John and myself are available if we can answer any questions or help you in any way in this process. We certainly want to streamline this and do whatever possible to make this a easy process for you. We're here for you in any way we can. Thank you very much for your time tonight, and thank you for your continued support. Be safe out there all.